Atlantic City. I am Waffles for Sid, and you guys may recognize FBI Tugboat already from yesterday, and we are thrilled to be joining you at the Showboat Hotel for Grand Finals Day.
Ew.
Tugboat, how are you doing going into today?
I am feeling pretty great now, Waffles. I know that you got to watch the Rocket League action, so you'll notice kind of a similarity here in this matchup. The Red Foxes taking on Iona College. That's the Gales over here. They're going to be on the right side of this stage. Dressed to the nines as well. Look at that. Got the eye nod here. Nothing from Numero Trace, number Quattro. That's number 4. Not giving us too much either. Love the hair, number 5, but nothing. Number 6 just stared right down. Ice in his veins. Concentration on the brains. Looking at this one. Little eyebrow action. Number 2. Nothing wrong with copying the teammate. Number 3. Kind of looking like he wasn't 100% sure on the commit was. Look-wise, not sure. 5, 6 left. Oh, my God. Okay.
Mom.
Hands down the dub. Number 5
Everybody
right
loves Mom.
Exactly. Gotta give the mom a shout out. What are you doing here in Atlantic City? Competing for your college.
There it is.
Shut up, Mom. Come on, people.
Lots of love out there. All the moms and the families supporting all the players, making it here, and being at this grand finals here at the LAN facility at Showboat. I gotta say, I bet the tension is off the chains there.
Oh yes. We are looking at Marist College came on into this one, got a bye initially, but beating Siena, I think, definitely proves that they have deserved to get their ticket punched on in here to this grand finals action. Now Iona College taking down Fairfield in that quarterfinals action down there. Those were that was a long time ago though. We got a best of 5 coming up. We got our maps being selected here. Now, this is not a set map rotation, correct? These are teams that are picking these in the full formal pick band stage. Waffles,
right.
Is that correct? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so our first map is going to be Oasis. You see there in the bottom corner, it says Final Starter. And, Oasis is a good control map. There's a lot of open area and a lot of cover to really play around. Mm-hmm. Obviously, control can be a bit of a tempo setter too. So really curious to see which team is going to come out with the most fire.
Just vim and vigor. So again, if we just had to go on the previous, I think Iona might be at a slight, Marist just put up a little bit more when it came to this pan over here earlier, right? And that's all we really have to go off of. Obviously, kidding around, we got plenty of regular season stats. So let's come on and hit you guys with those. Marist College coming into this out the MAAC. Only 1 match loss here, Waffles. Only one match loss. Crazy stuff.
Jeez. And, that's got to be a little bit intimidating going up against. And Iona had a great match actually yesterday against Quinnipiac. They went all the way to Game 5. And not just Game 5, but round 3 of control for Game 5, right? The full distance possible. And, had a lot of really great displays. Some nasty Farah Mercy combination that I am expecting to see from them today as well.
It's been a very, very popular combination since season 0 here, Waffles. No reason to believe that's going to stop, or that it'll somehow randomly be that combination not happening going on into Overwatch 2, right? We'll talk a little bit about, that and some of the news that we've gotten. Obviously,
Finally.
Scene has been, the Overwatch scene has been rejoicing the past week or so here, Sid. Talking about these squads, we already got it. Marist College, numero uno, top dog here within the EGFC overall, as well as within their conference, as well as within the MAAC conference here. Looking at Iona, not a bad team by any means, but not even quite a top 10 team quite yet. There's number 11 there. Iona College, obviously out the MAAC, coming on in at a 7-6 win-loss record right here. So just simply numerically a little bit different there, Waffles.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. And with Marist performing so well throughout the EGF season in general, they've had a lot of time to really refine and polish some of those, small things that really bring them together and help focus fire. Their Hammond and Tracer plays coming through from Marist look like they are just on point, in sync, mind melded, and not with just the Tracer and Hammond synergy, also with the rest of the team who is pushing the front line. I saw a lot of pincer maneuvers coming through from them in their previous match. And, I'm wondering if Iona's ready for the pressure that Marist is going to bring from the multiple angles. Oasis really yields itself to be encircling around the team that's defending. So it could be tricky if you're on the defensive there as well.
Yeah, obviously, I'm going to start, take that hill first, and then play the rest of the game on that defensive side. But that'll be easier said than done. No matter which team you are. Yes, Marist might be that numero uno, those top dogs, the head honchos, the cream of the crop here, Waffles. The syrup that goes on top of those delicious breakfast confectionery, right? But at the end of the day, I think that Iona College not only knows that Overwatch more so than other games, honestly, that is how you play on the day. And it's really who is going to know these maps best, and who is really going to utilize these DPS. Now, we saw Cloud and we saw he changed his name up. Syzygy, okay, gotcha. You changed that name up. But we saw Syzygy and Cloud both on the Cassidy yesterday, right? The Cowboy.
Yes,
a lot of value in that. No reason to believe that we won't see that again.
Well, and there were pockets up the wazoo for those DPS players to really get the damage and bring even more value to their team. So far, though, Iona set up in the far side room and set up in advance before Marist, successfully taking down one after another. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and be able to take this point first.
Yeah, that's going to be Marist. Wholehearted W's right here. Even Traders, Solo, Dolo taking out a couple at the end. Sam X forced to take a long walk off a short pier right there. Iona, at least it was quick.
It was definitely pretty quick, and well, Marist here still going to be holding defensively strong, right? It's king of the hill once you've taken the point, and now they've opened up with the Ant Matrix. Iona doing a great job at kiting back, avoiding that damage. I've seen them do this in their past games. From behind! No one was looking to the left enough, and that is going to be a huge opening opportunity for Iona to push in and take the point for themselves for the first time this round.
Gotta say, face misc. It looked like they were diving into death, doom, delirious destruction right here, Waffles. That is not the case. Finds not one but two right there. Now the res does come through. Majin will be playing the rest of this cool down off. It's 30 seconds, 40 seconds or so, longest cooldown in Overwatch for a reason. Iona, though, a lot of ultimates on board afterwards. Here comes the attempted high noon. That is going to find one. Traders finding healer as well, so DPS and healer both deleted. And even without like some crazy fast-paced ultimates, this is still both teams able to take at least a couple kills.
And this back and forth that we're seeing shows that Marist and Iona know they have win conditions that they can capitalize on and engage with. And they're being successful when they want to do that. And look at that, 45% and counting for Marist now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's just the run right now, technically doubled up against Iona for a little bit. But now an early kill. This game so far has been marked by early kills, Waffles.
Engagement already through here on the side, and a shatter to counter. Thais is going to go ahead and take a seat on the ground. There's still exchanges back and forth. Iona wants to keep pushing this, and now they have the advantage. They want to take Marist off the point, and Marist wants to stall this out as long as they can. They have the numbers and the people to do so, and it's control, Tugboat. They want to wring out every little bit of possession they can before giving this up, and with 2 kills on that barrage, man, that's discouraging for Marist to push in.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot purchased off a single barrage as well. I love how Calamity just simply waited, kind of played their hand on top of the Doomfist that was finishing up their ultimate, coming back from the Meteor and whatnot, and then turn attention immediately onto the Diva on the other side as well. Sam X, Calamity, not able to live through that, or excuse me, Traders, and whoever was playing the Pharah, or that's the Doomfist earlier. My oh my. It's still technically early. It's esports early, people. Esports early. Immortality field out. Nice charge. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Ant Matrix already used 2 from Marist, and that's going to be a sound barrier. That's the nail in the coffin. They needed to kick Iona off the point once again, and now with 86% left, Iona has their back against the wall, and they are in last fight and sprint to the last fight territory.
Sprinting will be indeed no longer that marathon action. Iona Last few bit here, Shatter out, nothing
Nice
happening,
wall block.
Calamity, and that is
Great
gonna be
touch.
on top.
Iona still moving forward. They don't want to give this up quite yet, but it is quite the dream to keep alive. One after another going down as Marist still continuing to hold this point, and that's going to be Marist taking the first round of Oasis.
I love this. I love this. 100 to 59 as well, Waffles. That doesn't spell out some massively one-sided game in our first game on broadcast, right? Or first and only, excuse me. This is the Grand Finals.
Right.
This is Grand Finals. Marist, College Iona going and be doing battle on the second map of this control game mode, the kind of the King of the Hill game mode right here. It is impossible to tie, so we will see controls on the beginning and on the end of this matchup, just in case you're just joining us, or in case you haven't watched a whole lot of Overwatch, guys.
Really nice job coming through from both teams. I loved all of the win condition engagements they were using, and you know, we saw some of the DPS just pop off on their own as well. Oh, I love a Sombra coming through. You know, she's in a game where everybody's special. Her ability to remove that is just so powerful and can be so devastating, and the speed coming through from Thunderkid's going to let Marist get set up way in advance before Iona this time. Iona opted to actually take a little bit wider, longer route, waiting for this engagement here on this side, and it's a small room. Everybody's going to be brawling up close. The pepper damage coming through a bit from Iona as they try to push forward, but the point has unlocked. No one has capped it yet. Iona steps on just at the perfect moment, and still Marist taking them down after they ripped apart that immortality field.
Yeah, so Marist, they might lose a player here and again, but it seems like Iona might be suffering from a lack of coordination when it comes to team shots, right? This is not an Iona College squad that is fighting these like massively different places. It's not like they're missing their shots. It's not like they're going forth and just fat fingering ultimates. It's just the coordination of damage and early. Marist has been able to find 1 or 2 kills pretty much. But sometimes before Iona seems like they're really waking up and focusing damage. Ultimates are not. Now with another hack in the back.
And this Facement's here is getting so much value on this Sombra. The hacks coming through, the information to help their team capitalize on everyone on Iona who is just maybe lagging behind a bit. A massive juggle coming through from Taze here on this Winston, and once again Marist gonna hold this point, and Iona gotta regroup.
Yeah, Iona looking a little bit worse than the first, gotta say. They're getting ultimates on board here. Oblivions has done crazy things with Shatters already. Sam X got a triple on the self-destruct if my memory is serving, and there's not going to be that heal on the other side with the immortality line with Baptiste, right? There's the hack though, that's all 6.
All 6 people! Wow! Holy cow, what a beautiful play coming through from Facements. Gonna shut down any attempt at engaging from Iona. You know, Iona didn't get to use any of their ultimates since the EMP was so early. So that is a bright side moving in towards this last fight territory.
Yeah, again, cannot be understated there, Waffles. Krev will probably get up to their immortality field after a few 10 seconds of fighting or so. Everybody else is up there. Oblivion's flirting with that 100% right now. Once they have it, we'll see a go situation. Nope. Oh, there's a decent shadow. That's 4 out of 6 right now, but Nimmer's able to hit Traders.
The massive here from Traders. He just takes the Blizzard right out of the play. Iona is still moving forward to try and keep this point. Self-destruct made a little bit of room from Sam, but Marist wants to hold strong. Taze on this Winston is just killing it here on the aggression, and while Iona trying to trickle in, it's going to be Marist handling that trickle and well, really trying to set a different tone from what we saw on that first map.
Really different, not just within this in itself, but with the score line as well, Waffles. This is a pretty fast control map. Even having an EMP on the end for 2 players, just a little bit of cleanup action, going off of a 100 to 60, this is no real fight within the game. Of course,
but
you got two areas effect healers as well. Oh, you have a Thunder Kid. Nobody on Marist is going to fall here.
No, but I will say seeing a trickle like this from Iona and such a really good stall coming through from Iona means that Marist is going to have a really hard time moving into maybe some of the hybrid and payload maps where the spawn advantage is highly in favor of the defense. And one little slip up can cost you that last third checkpoint push. Obviously, though, Marist did a great job here. Came back with quite a fire from that first round, and looking to see who can keep setting this pace.
You know what? I didn't even see that boop off with the traders. Excuse me, with the traders Winston ultimate right there. So immediate kills coming in that form as well. Again, these first two control games were in every way, shape, and form dictated by the pace of the tank play. We saw shatters hitting 4 out of 6 players, unless they're literally just solo shattering from a corner by themselves, which Reinhardt should ever do. Anytime you get a shatter of 4 out of 6, this is going to be a team that is going to lose a team fight, unless there's literally immediately immortality lamps, other ultimates, all kinds. I'm talking not just one, but a combination of ultimates after that to save the team. When you're talking about 2/3, right?
Yeah.
60% of your team getting dropped down by a shatter, there's just not ideal situation. Wait, 4 out of 6? Yeah, 2/3.
Well,
66%.
I agree with you there. And I have to say the additional point is you can't do anything when all 6 of you have been EMP'd as well.
Yes.
That's Sombra's ability. I talked about how powerful that was in a game where everyone is special. And she literally rips away all your abilities and leaves you sitting there just stranded, waiting for damage to get hit. I dated a girl like that once.
Seriously, though, it is disheartening to say the least. I remember when Summer first came out, I was like, what sense does this make, right? I don't know. Much better place now, and of course, Sombra is getting a pretty decent rework for Overwatch 2. Not all the ramifications of her kit has been confirmed, but the overall rework, along with Bastion, along with Doomfist, has been confirmed for the great game of Overwatch 2.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see how long these changes will stick, right? We've seen these patches come out and immediately they need to be recalibrated. So there's always going to be some of that working through this initial kinks period, but I am really excited to see what's going to be coming through from that. Also, the Overwatch League schedules and updates have been updated. So there's a lot of news here on the Overwatch front, and finally, it's a pretty big weekend for it in general.
It is, Waffles. It is. I'm excited for it. I am very, very excited for it. After a drought in the form of information, the lack thereof, unfortunately, from Blizzard and whatnot, all the things going on over at Blizzard, all the things going on with Overwatch, the game specifically, all the things with the with COVID and whatnot, which seems like, knock on wood, seems like we are reaching towards the end of. Thank God.
Ooh,
God knows
man.
I've said that one before, though. Waffles. God knows
hard
I've
knock
said
on that one.
That one on that. Yes, exactly. Let's go for 2 rounds of that one. Yeah. Checking out players right now. Everybody decked out in their best Iona gear. Obviously, this is Marist Red Foxes right here. Except for the one guy, not except he's got the jersey on the outside, but he's got like the frog head and whatnot, right?
Yes, and you got to be in your flow state there and make sure you're in your your lucky gear as much as needed.
Yeah, I mean, and at the end of the day, Sid, this is New Jersey. Nobody's expecting anything from you at all. I'm totally kidding around. Fantastic place, the Showboat Hotel. Again, very picturesque. I've been there myself. It is right there.
Really?
Right there on the boardwalk. I'm not sure if you've ever been to the boardwalk there in Atlantic City, Sid, but it is. I'm sure you've seen movies of it, TV shows with the boardwalk.
A girl can dream.
There you go. It is literally exactly as it is seen, as perceived in the movies and the TV shows that it is in real life, and it is decently beautiful. I'm not going to lie. All memery aside, all New Jersey slander aside, it is a quite beautiful place.
Maybe
taking a look at
Overwatch 2 map. Potential
that'd be pretty cool. I mean, there are boardwalk callouts and other. Yeah, exactly.
That would be fun.
Little Blizzard World action, and they literally do have on the main part of the Atlantic City boardwalk down towards the casinos and whatnot. They literally have like that pier that goes out, and there's literally rides and stuff like that. There literally is I think like a smaller roller coaster, but there is an actual roller coaster on the New Jersey boardwalk.
I mean, I'm over here in NorCal, so we have the Santa Cruz boardwalk. We got a few rides over there as well, but it's not going to be what you find in your Anaheim, Six Flags, Disneyland stuff. But of course, one day I want to see Blizzard World. That would be a great thing to fully experience. Obviously, though, we're going to go over to Eichenwald for our first hybrid map, like
Yeah,
you were
yeah, yeah.
mentioning. So, not getting to see the fun Blizzard World here, but still going to go to the castle. I really, really hope we get to see a lot of fighting on that bridge area. I love the amount of boot potential and how Lucio's can just come straight from left field and clip you right off.
Yeah, seriously. My main, at least 1,000 hours or so on there. We're talking a little bit. It doesn't matter, people.
Right.
That 1,000 hours is on console, okay? It's all Overwatch, all right? It's all Overwatch. I hit Masters and it counts, okay? I hit Masters and it counts.
Well, I'm far from a Masters player personally, but you got to make up with your other strengths, and this is a team game, and having good synergy, communication, and focus fire can easily turn the tide of a fight, and it will outclass any solo player.
100% agreed. 100% agreed, especially if you're looking at these teams and what we have on board. If anybody here, Calamity especially, even with the Oblivion's pocket, gets too aggressive, you're looking at, 3 hit scans on the other side between Cloud, Face Mist, and OUM.
Man.
Yeah, that's just going to be rough. I would not be surprised if we see a little bit of a switch. Obviously, you got the Brig, you got the Orisa, and you got the Cloud, Cassidy, Forsyth. That's just what I'm going to call him. Easier for me. Forsyth over here on the side of Iona. So I'm not sure if their 2 DPS picks thus far are really going to be able to get a whole lot done, Waffles.
Well, we also have Krev, who has subbed in here from Iona here on this Ana in the back line, and, going to have the good sight lines needed to try and keep the team healed up. Marist so far holding strong at this bridge point, and it's going to be up to Iona to really break through and find that opportunity.
Yeah, speaking of finding opportunity, every time they've kind of poked heads in so far, they've died. Imagine. Full 600 on the ball. Now, finally, the rotation left side. We got a team fight coming in.
This damage coming through from Calamity in the sky is going to be a little bit of trouble for Marist, but they have 2 hit scan players in their arsenal online, and holy cow, they're not even looking at the pharmacy at all. They just look straight at the main core of Iona, and from there whittle everyone who's left.
Yeah, very little color commentary to be said on this one. Like you said, this pharmacy up top, the Pharah Mercy combination up top, if it gets ignored for any length of time, especially when you're looking at the relatively smaller shields on this other side, Taze with the projected, obviously it's gotten a little bit bigger in time has passed, but at the end of the day, it's stationary. You can't move it. Traders even smaller on the other side. Oh no! It's Krev left out alert.
Yeah, just a little bit behind the shield. Typically, it's okay if you lag as a support. You don't need to be pushing the front line with everybody, but with how fast Face Mints can move around on that soldier, just ran right behind him and clipped him with the visor.
Yeah, as simple as that really was. Aimbot comes out. I think it's 3.5 seconds. That's all it really takes on that last. That was mincemeat made. That's support on the other side. Looking at Marist, pretty solid defense so far. Here comes the Sigma ultimate.
Oh, but stunned in the air! That has got to be devastating for Traders, but looks like, once again, this is a team game, and his team had him covered.
Absolutely. The stun comes in, doesn't matter because Traders and the rest. Now, I gotta say though, outside of Thunder Kit's rally coming in soon, they have OUM up, and that is it, my friend. 36-37% for Taze, so kind of close to halfway, but Taze would have to get a whole lot of damage just to get something going. Just like that though, you see Sai, Iona, a little bit of a change right here, going cowboy for right now, just showed the Doomfist.
Really Valk here through Iona, and going to be enabling that engagement. Majin does go down because that Ant Matrix from Ohm was devastating, just shredded everybody. And last game we saw Marist running a very damage-oriented comp here on Volskaya, and they had a Bastion, and they had Ashe and all of these other players shooting through an amplification matrix, and it melted a Symmetra barrier, an ultimate.
Oh wow!
almost
Oh, wow.
instantly. Like
10K
it was less than 1
HP.
second.
10K HP, I believe, right?
Oh shoot, Billy did the math on the stream and it was outrageous. Iona has got a tough battle ahead of them, and they're engaging with a nanoed Winston. That is going to be a great advantage as he continues to try and laser around, but Basement once again repeating a bit of history, kites around the back and just takes them out with that visor.
Yeah, that was just a Facebook show. We just all temporarily got a couple backstage passes, and that is it. They'll move on to the next season. They'll get syndicated. We'll sit over here and wonder what it's like to be on the big stage. My God, Facebook did everything right there. There's literally, like, yes, it's aimbot. There's really not much, a whole lot of extra time that Facebus could have literally got damage in. And then the perfect positioning of the Tri-Rockets on the end and on the correct player, right? These Tri-Rockets onto a Tracer just simply mean a lot more than they do on any other player. Squishy not within the great game of Rocket League, within the great game of Overwatch.
You're showing what game you're flexing over from FBI Tugboat.
There you go. I mean, I started casting on Overwatch way back in the Dizzy. It's just, I've obviously the game has changed a whole lot, right? Not just within gameplay, but almost everything about it, right? I mean, leagues changed.
Well, there's been a lot of reworks as well, and people change is good, and it's nice to know that some of it's on its way. It's not realistic to expect anything to happen overnight, but
no, that's fair.
These players, it is very obvious that they have been training very regularly to make this comfortable and make them, have the synergy that we see here. Really excited to see Calamity back on that Pharah, but it might come back to bite them with how good the hit scan players have been doing today on Marist.
Yeah, speaking of hit scan players, this will be the first taste of true sniper action, right? You got your Hanzos, you got your Ashes and stuff. They even have the zoom on Ash and whatnot. We're not true snipers, right? You got Widowmaker as a true sniper here for the great game of Overwatch. But we're not going to see it here. Facemist switching on over to that Echo very end.
It's going to be Marist's turn to try and push through this choke point, and it's going to be a trap kill opening up the feed onto Basement. Always funny to see a sky character touch the ground, and well, unfortunately in the exact spot you don't want to be.
Yeah, like you had so many options here. You had so many different options, and you chose wrong, Colonel Sanders. Looking over this outside area, just deleted. Control X, control. Wow, or control what? A, control X? I'm
Well, Iona here still holding the point well. It looks like Taze is giving them a bit of trouble, and they can't quite seem to shut him down. They have put a lot of resources, though, into taking down the front line of Marist, and it's been really successful. Taze has been doing the disruption, but they haven't been able to cap the point, right? Marist needs to have that communication, and they need to be capitalizing more on the opportunities that Taze is trying to create for them. This damage from Calamity is just ruthless from above. The Discord Orb has been placed on it, and, well, that is definitely in an attempt to mitigate the value. Just mines all over the field, though, from Marist. It's going to be tough for Iona to continue staying and having any presence. Danger is on all locations and on all sides. Marist continuing to push forward and just flood into this. A stick, and it kills. The tire kills her just in the time, but it's still going to be Iona on the point, trickling and holding as long as they can. Marist is just respawning and running back as quick as possible, and Iona here, the tank left on the point. Marist needs one tick here on Eichenwald to bring them to match point in grand finals, and there it is!
Wow.
Marist taking Eichenwald.
These Red Foxes are simply on the hunt, Waffles. My, oh my. We saw an Arista get taken out as this Iona College squad, or excuse me, as this Marist College squad was coming in, literally about as fast as you can kill a tank like this. It was simply insane. It was simply insane. Face every single time this mask comes down, it might as well be Batman or Superman. That is the level of effect that this Soldier 76 is having on these games. These aimbot players right here are simply getting everything done. right?
Yeah.
Whether that was earlier, and he was ending out a couple different tank players that you could see are low that came off the back of some crisp and clear communications between these players, or it's just running through and just taking out squishies left, right, and center. It seems like half of these players even have their back to them, like they're not anticipating as it's coming in, or hey, maybe they're all just fleeing, Waffles.
It's tough to flee from someone who's as fast as a Soldier 76 as
Also very
well.
true. Also very
They
true.
don't call him legs for nothing. And, he just was able to close that gap and really take advantage of the limitation of a shield, right? It's only so wide. That's all there is to it. You gotta hide behind the shield. And, we had some really, really great shots of that. Huge props out to our camera observer, Capitano, bringing us all these phenomenal angles and, having us actually be there, experiencing those visors with them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So great.
Experiencing visors. That's how I would say if I was embarrassed player, I think I'd have more choice words if I was Iona College and I was having to experience this tac visor. Looking at oh man. Looking next, we got next map here. We got Temple of Anubis, right? Is that what we're seeing?
Yes.
Yeah, Temple of Anubis. So yeah, little 2CP action, classic stuff here for map number 3. I would really love to see Iona College come out and just edge out Marist a little bit. I'm not talking about taking like some 6-3 advantage right here. Just Iona coming in and just playing exactly what they need to. Not trying to go for 100% when all you need is 61. Right.
Well, remember what we saw in our first map as well. We saw a really great back and forth between Iona and Marist. So we know that Iona has it in them to put Marist on their back foot and to, pretty much be ready for their aggression and capitalize on some of those win conditions.
Win condition, something else I don't think we've talked about enough, really. And maybe that's just simply because the members of Myers so far have been able to get a lot done with solo ultimates. And as I say that, Iona's doing the same exact thing. In fact, one of the ways I think that Iona is actually winning is the combination of ultimates. Like, this Marist College squad is so good that they can come through here and get a lot done with solo ultimates, but that's not the name of the game here. This is a team-based game, Waffles. This is a team-based shooter, too. If Iona is able to snuff these out and kind of like be able to tell that they are coming, if they see Face Mask, if they listen for this and they just get a shield up in front, and then Face Mask is finally put a little bit of pressure on, I'm not sure that these tac visors and whatnot are going to happen the same exact way here on your Temple of Anubis map.
Yeah.
This is a wholeheartedly different game mode. This is a wholeheartedly different map. Objectives and everywhere else is different. And Face Mask, if they choose to play the Soldier 76, which personally I'm kind of the thinking like don't fix it if it ain't broke, right?
I'm not sure.
It's going well, so why play somebody else? You can always change within games. Maybe get an ultimate in first or something like that.
Well,
maybe just see what their composition is first. Go ahead, Waffles.
Iona really favors Calamity on that Pharah. So I don't know how much we should expect to see someone other than Soldier. If we do, I think we'll see an Ashe or the cast.
Aww.
Hey, what's up over there? Everyone there obviously having a good time.
Yeah.
We had some substitutions on Marist as well.
Oh, okay,
they did this in their previous round, in their previous semifinals round, and once they made it to match point, they put in a new lineup. We're gonna have Emerald coming in for Cloud over on the DPS side, and Vocal will be coming in for Thunderkit on the support side. I gotta say, I love the fact that Marist has such a deep bench they can play off of. It also means that they are comfortable with everybody on the team synergy-wise, and that also, I think this is actually the most important thing. Everybody on Marist right now is getting exposure and experience playing live in front of an audience in grand finals, okay?
Yes.
That is a pressure you do not get to experience or have very often, and what a treat to see so many people getting to experience it.
It really is. It really is, Waffles. I simply cannot agree more. The lights, the sounds, the pressure, everybody there talking about the moms and the dads over there. Showing up and like being there, like that's a different level of pressure, Sid. Like not just your teammates, not just your classmates and whatnot, not just players that might be looking up to you a little bit to kind of come forth and have those star performances. Looking at you, Face Miss. But everybody there, right? Everybody there, the lights, the sounds of pressure, everything else like that. Pressure can frequently crush players.
Yes.
But pressure also creates diamonds, Sid. We'll see how that goes in game number 3.
Who will be clutch enough? Yeah, we got to. We can hear everyone there cheering. Obviously, we're moving into match point of Anubis, and looking to see if Marist is going to continue to hold strong. Pressure is on for Iona, and we'll see if some diamonds in the rough emerge.
Yeah, we'll definitely see that one here. Now, as far as predictions, lineup-wise, team composition-wise, you got anything kind of churning around up top, like as far as what we might be able to see based on what we've already seen across maps 1 and 2 here, Waffles?
I would not be surprised if
said,
we
"Hey,
saw."
Mom." He said, "Hey, Mom," you mouthed it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we saw the MAAC come through for Marist on the defensive end. They did show a bit of that when they were playing the 2 capture point yesterday on Volskaya. And, separating people out and isolating them, it is only fun if you're the team isolating and not the one being isolated.
Separating people out in isolation. What is this, COVID-19? Yuck. Right. Here you go. Marist College, Iona doing battle here. And like you said, match point, possibly the last map here, guys. Iona, and we have seen side switch, by the way, guys. Iona now on the left, Marist on the right. I'm not going to call these meme picks, Waffles. I'm not going to call them meme picks.
No,
we're
still.
The rest of okay, gotcha.
Yeah, don't call the attackers. They're here to mess with us.
They got like 5 seconds. They got like 4 seconds. Okay, like, and maybe you're right. Maybe I'm the one convinced.
I mean, I also am I don't mind the initial sniper attempt, right? If you're on fire, if you're in flow, take that 5 to 7 seconds maximum to try and get that 1-man advantage. It's massive if it's successful, and it's an extremely low risk. Emerald on the Hanzo sniper is going to be already reaping the benefits. Iona is doing their best to mitigate some of the people pushing through, and Calamity finding that kill in the backline could turn the tide for Iona to keep this point. Oh, but Marist is coming in hot, Tugboat, and they are coming in with a vengeance, capping this point very quickly.
Yeah, so what we have seen so far, Emerald playing on Cloud right there, everything happening. Vocal onto the Anna has the most ultimate charge right now on the side of Marist, right? Vocal playing for Thunderkid. Not the Thunderkid, not that Cloud were playing poorly, just evening out the play time right here for Marist in the grand finals. Game match as well for a point.
Yeah, well, and Calamity is on that Pharah, right? So that's a lot of damage being pumped into Marist, which means it's all on Vocal to really keep everyone topped off and utilize their resources properly. Nano followed by the grenade right there to keep everyone topped off alive. Nice jump over that Junkrat trap by Taze as Marist continues to aggress forward. There is a lot of damage coming through from Iona, and they have a kill. I'm wondering if this respawn advantage is going to be enough for them to really hold this point and fight Marist off for this most recent push.
Looking for a stick right there. Sai finding another trap kill. Love to see this one, but it's going to be a little bit too little and a little bit too late, I think. Self-destruct taking out Trev on the end. Yeah, defenders are going to be able to hold onto this one. They get so much closer spawns, and my God, Waffles, look at this. We are looking at an Iona College squad absolutely glowing right now. That is 6 out of 6. We'll talk to that old.
I mean, you can pick whichever one you fancy for this engagement. There's a whole variety you can use, and Marist is going to know that, well, they only have Ohm's Trance to combat. That's a lot of the line, and Iona has a good opportunity to really set themselves ahead of the pace with their ultimate economy and cycling.
I mean, both Sai and Calamity's ultimates are decently similar, just like a lot of damage really quickly. I want to see what they use first, but that's going to be, Dragon's out now. Marist finding 2 right there with the Transcendence and the Monkey ultimate. That is crazy. Those aren't even like incredibly damaging ultimates right now from Marist right now. And just like that, Shatter at the end, Oblivious tries to get over to it, not even gonna matter. That's OUM that pops up and immediately helps out the old teammates on this. Not going to matter, though. Marist drops not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. My God, gets nothing for it. Vocal have a ultimate there at the end, but this is just time wasted off the clock. Yes, they took this first point, and yes, they can win off that if they hold Iona, but this is nothing doing on point number 2 so far.
We saw this similar performance from Iona on the last map of our control where they were stalling out, really preventing the point from being fully capped. And that is showing right here. 0 ticks on point 2, regardless of Marist's current attempts on the push. Here they go for another one. Oh, grenade gets blocked by their own diva, but that's okay. Sent in the back is the self-destruct to help make some space for Marist as they continue to aggress forward. Yeah, get that health pack. You were so low and, well, met the Reinhardt down below. Probably very surprising. FaceMisk has that blade, and the real question is, who is he going to use on it? Don't want to be too close to this Reinhardt, but does manage to take him down in the process. This could be the cleave damage they need. 1 kill in the pocket for him. Another one looking at coming through for FaceMisk. Absolutely clutching it there as this Genji, 3 health left, and man, it is Marist pushing this point. There it is, cleared them. Now it's time for them to try and cap this point, Tugboat.
Yeah, but it's actually not going to matter. Oh no, they do get first after all that. After all that, Waffles. After all that, with Genji at literally like 2 health, I think you said.
3.
3 health. Single-digit health. After all that, it literally just takes them sitting here and waiting for a little while. And I think Iona kind of waited a little bit to come out to this one.
Nice attempt coming through from Oblivions to try and keep this point alive here for Iona, but at the end of it, it's going to be Marist finally pulling away with the full 2 points capped.
Insane. Talk about a long fight as well, Waffles. This is incredibly long. You're talking about like 90 seconds that last little bit that Iona was forced to play on defense and rotate through their respawns. The simple fact of Marist keeping this one up all the way through, so far away from their spawns, from their anchor supports, from everything else. The only health even here is that big boost we saw down bottom that the Winston, I believe that was Traders or Taze. No, that was Marist's. That was Marist's tank, right?
Yeah. Oh, he was 41 down below. Gets the health pack, and then, well, what do you know, runs straight into Oblivions and has to jump right out of there in the nick of time to try and continue pushing the point. Just some really great communication, and you know, that's the synergy and the communication follow-up Iona is refining and is going to help them continue to fight against Marist.
Yeah, 100%. I gotta agree with you. We are looking at a Marist College squad Marist University squad, excuse me, the Red Foxes here, that'll be knowing that they only have to hold this one just about full 4 minutes, no points on the very beginning. That'll be it. That'll be a clean 3-0 whip for your Marist University squad, the Red Foxes there. Iona does not want that to have happen. The Gales will not be giving this one up so easily. They will not be going quietly into the dark night.
This Discord has been just tethered to Calamity almost all the time. They know that there's a lot of pressure and a lot of first damage potential coming through, especially with the pocket from Majin always on the damage boost. Right now, Iona is going to have to make a move to get to the point at some point, and, well, it is going to be around the side here, and, well, they have this Reinhardt, right? A brawling engagement is something they're going to look for, feel comfortable with. Calamity did get taken out early in the back, but it's going to be Sam going Battle Mercy here, and, sorry, that was the Baby Diva, my bad. Got excited on the blaster there, and you can probably see I do a little too much Battle Mercy myself. Marist will just stopped Iona on that.
There's no such thing as too much Battle Mercy.
It's my deathmatch choice pick right there.
Ooh, that's ballsy. I like it. We're rather confident. No, but getting back on this one, Marist, just a couple shots away from full ultimate for Vocal, for OUM, for Traders, for Taze. Everybody except their DPS is going to be able to get it going in this next, but it's Krev with the first ultimate on board so far. We'll see if this is utilized as this Iona squad is going to be rotating on through and trying to drop down onto this first point. Here comes the Sigma ultimate.
Nice early flux engagement is going to take Krev out of the picture, and it's going to take the Amp Matrix out of the picture. That was an ultimate and definitely an opportunity for a win condition online, and that is a great amount of time burned off the clock for Marist.
Yeah, and so that's really the name of the game right here, is just burning time off, right? Marist knows this. At a certain point, give it another 90 seconds or so once we reach last fight territory here, Waffles. This will be a Marist squad. The Red Foxes here. They're not really fighting against Iona. They're fighting against that sand in the hourglass, the chronological resource. That's time, y'all. Is going to be left in this game. Rotated in again. Iona's tried this multiple times to see if this one shakes out different.
Ice Wall this time going to be sectioning off a couple of people from Marist, but Oblivions is going to go down in the process. Marist has a lot of ultimates to work with online, and they are trying to cycle them and keep them conservatively. This Emerald here still has the Deadeye online, and with the damage being outputted, doesn't even need to use it.
Wow, yeah. The simple fact of not even having to there at the end. Now with 60 seconds left on this one. Marist drops this, Iona takes it. They'll be afforded a little bit extra time, of course, right? But Iona, their tournament, their series, their game, their map, everything fixated on this right now.
Vocal opens up with the Amp Matrix, and the wall blocks a bit of it. Krev, though, does go down, can't quite kite away from all of the damage, and Marist here has so many resources online. This tire has a lot of pressure, needs to be big, and 3 people killed with the tire! That is devastating for Marist here, and Iona has opened up the doors to take this first point on Anubis.
Let's go, Io! I love that. Things you love to see, people. Things you absolutely love to see. Now we're... that's another main tank down. Marist in a bad spot.
Move.
They have speed boost. Yes. They have everybody almost ultimate except for Psy Guy. They have 3 minutes and 10 seconds left up top. Then
this is a snowball potential right here. Self-destruct moves a lot of people out of the way. Shatter's gonna clip 2 for Iona, and there's the sound barrier reinforcing them even more. They are looking to take this point and just steamroll Marist here on Anubis. 2 ticks already in the back, and that's gonna be, just in the nick of time. Marist stalling out on that Echo, but can they continue to handle this onslaught from Iona? No, Iona just clips it. 2:40 left on the clock.
Iona says, "Get out of here! This is my map. This is my yard." A single tire.
Clutch plays.
Wow. I purchased this entire map for them, and again, the least on life has been extended here. There you go. Love to see it. Our crowd's getting lit right now. Hello, fellas. Iona, how you feeling? How you feeling?
Man.
I'm pretty sure they can hear us, right?
Nah, they got that. They're in their headset game mode, and
gotcha. Makes sense.
You know what? You can see it written all over their faces, like the joy, the hype. Look at that, love back at everybody there.
Not good looks, not
absolutely.
Happiness, right? This does not inspire joy.
Like, there has to be 2 sides to every coin,
Yeah.
You know, Iona had their back against the wall. Okay, Marist was at match point. They were probably feeling a little comfortable. They did their normal sub-in routine, and Iona came to play. Absolutely massive plays coming through from Sijiji there, and that tire we saw the tire dance for so long. I was so stressed for him. And what a play. What a clutch play.
I think that they were waiting out not just the attention to turn, but also the immortality field, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You had to wait.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, enough damage to kill 3 players immediately, and damage onto the 4th tank. That was just the beginning of the end for
Oh my gosh! What a high risk, high reward strategy.
Right, like you get the sleep in, but your teammate wakes him up. I've been there a million times for myself.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about how you played a bunch of Lucio. Obviously you flex over to the other supports, and Iona here really playing just incredibly aggressive for this first defensive hold. Burned
I
off.
love that.
Look at all the time already burned
Yep,
off of the clock for Marist. Marist now forced to engage. They know they have to try and push into this point, okay? Slowly moving their way over. We have Facebook on that Farah trying to keep that cover damage above, and it's going to be the Ant Matrix from Iona in the back. Doesn't matter. Marist goes ahead, unloads the rocket barrage, and they're gonna take the first point.
Yeah, so that's gotta feel good for Marist, right? Like Facebook getting this one in there. They just saw Sky do the same exact thing essentially with a Junkrat tire. Obviously a little bit higher to have that, or harder, excuse me, to have that done, right? The tire has health in itself. It's gotta go forth. You have to control it with a Junkrat that is completely vulnerable at that point. Now you speak on vulnerability. Yes, that is your Farah up top while she's actually pulling that ultimate, but start talking about other heals and shields and whatnot. Now that's more of an ideal situation. Not the same with that Junkrat tire. Fight on the last points. Waffles, take it away.
Majin went down early in that fight, but it looks like it's not going to matter. Iona managing to handle Marist throwing in, but with 3 kills coming through, it could be anyone's game. The sound barrier is popped to keep everyone on Iona in this fight a little bit longer, but there's another barrage. It's devastating as Marist is continuing to just aggress and push forward. Iona wants to burn this clock as much as they can. Here's another tire. Is it going to be a kicker? There it is, kick an emerald back to the spawn. Does go ahead and grab the D-Mech on top of it, and
what?
Spawn, Oblivion drops the shatter, and that is gonna seal the deal for a great defense for Iona here on Anubis. Wow, still more trickling, but
yeah, another amazing charge. Oblivion seriously is taking one into that Shadow Realm. 2 minutes. 40 seconds will be the time that Iona's going to be getting onto this next. Only 2 minutes was achieved from Marist coming into this last one. And Sid, I gotta say, there was a shift in momentum earlier on in this game.
Yeah.
I think that is going to be Iona able to continue on with that through and on in to Temple of Anubis. I'm calling it now. We're seeing a game 4.
So I think one of the most important things that Iona has given themselves in this round is a clear win condition.
Yes.
Right? Marist did not touch that second checkpoint at all. So Iona needs to get on that second point, and they only need 1 tick to win Anubis. We saw what happened on the first map, and the real question is, are they going to be able to repeat history, or is Marist going to be better prepared and try and hold them here?
I'll say, I doubt that we're going to see the same exact situation happen, right? Like, Sai has already shown us what they can do with this tire. Very skilled player. But Marist will simply be paying attention to this so much more. And even having a Junkrat on the other side, even just showing a Junkrat on the other side, might do enough for kind of like that misdirection play towards this beginning area. No, we're not going to see Marist switching off of players, like going all the way back for it, but it's that misdirection. It's kind of, like in the mental games, right?
Right, absolutely. And well, with the shift in momentum, it has been a huge mental game for Marist in this most recent round. Iona now has the high ground, and well, they're moving forward and moving straight onto this point. Krev has gone down early in the fight, but that hasn't stopped them before. Marist continuing to aggress forward and try and prevent Iona from moving on. A lot of stuns coming through onto Iona, and that's going to be Marist holding strong here for this first point.
Yeah, that was a decently late stagger as well. You look at this, right? We started with 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Initial tanks dropped decently early from Iona, and Marist does a good job of really lengthening out these kills. As it is, still looking another couple seconds for this team, even with the Lucio speed boost, are going to be able to get back in here and try through the same way. May wall up front, and then May wall in the middle.
You're going nowhere until those walls are gone. And the freeze comes through. Doesn't matter. Immortality field from Krev has been committed. The Ant Matrix, though, is going to be a lot of pressure onto Iona. They respond in kind with their own and say, Marist, if you want to take this sightline, let's play. Both teams, though, waiting. Just want to wait it out. No one wants to risk too much. Shatter was canceled in the middle because of that pin from Oblivion. Absolutely massive cancel coming through. He's got a shatter of his own. Drops 2 people on the ground. Vocal tries to save everyone, but there is a blizzard eaten in the process from Calamity. Marist does not want to give up. Syzygy absolutely repeating history of this first map with another 3K tire kill to win this fight for them.
Psy Guy, who else but Psy Guy? All shall fall before the Junkrat tire here, Waffles. Love to see it. Love to see it. I don't believe this is a Marist College squad that's going to be able to get this one. No, they shall not. No. Now, they're not going to have the same momentum here. That's the big difference between Iona's push on this one and this and the previous game, or the previous offensive push in regular time. Calamity going back on over to the May now. I love to see this.
There's only less than 1 minute left on the clock, so Iona knows they have to, maybe farm a little bit of resources, have a couple seconds to do so. They've pushed in. There it is. Blizzard from Facement still is going to be tough, freezing up a lot of people. But 6 people got frozen in that Blizzard tugboat. Wow, what a Blizzard and a clutch one from Facement. There's still 30 seconds left on the clock, and with Majin on the Lucio, Iona is going to be able to come back and have one last chance here before the end.
Sam X is still not dead. There to the end, they have that. But this is 15 seconds left, and an Iona College squad that's going to have to fight this one with 5 here, Waffles.
10 seconds left on the board. There's an Earth Shatter online. I don't know if Iona can even touch, if they get stunned before they can, before it's over, right? There it is. Shatter gonna take down a Kraven. Yes, there is a touch here in the back from Majin. There's a few people from Iona holding down the fort and trying to keep their dream alive. Self-destruct comes in from the main line there, and it's going to zone even more people out from Marist. Iona knows this is match point for them, and they need to win this if they want to stay in this fight. A second barrier from Marist may be what they need to seal the deal in the coffin. 2 kills from this tire. Are we even surprised anymore by that value? And Iona still trying everything they can to stay in this fight. Marist has triggered the overtime bar, but it's just a couple people left. Says is swinging his heart out on this Reinhardt left and right. Shatter there prevents anyone from touching. A follow-up pin is going to happen, and Marist still continuing to hold this defensive point. Iona is not giving up though. Still a couple kills from Oblivions, just trying to bring that last bit of value in. In the end, it's going to be a draw.
I love to see it. Love to see it. So no point here for Iona, but they still hold strong and still keep their playoff dreams alive. This was your typical top 8 single elimination bracket, and now we got our last 2 teams. They're now going to be looking at a little bit extra Overwatch action here, Waffles. Love to see it. Psy, all day long. We're asking about MVP nominations. We're not done with this competition yet. But I know where my initial vote goes to. My oh my.
Maybe not, if he doesn't get the MVP, he should at least get honorable mention for having a great clutch factor for his team. Not once, but yeah, right? Man, 3 tires with unfortunately only 2 for the last tire, not his normal 3.
Well, and it was a Diva mech too, so you're looking like 2.5 or whatever, right?
Total. I get yes.
3 tires. You basically got a full car on that one, right? You need one more, and and a wheel and an engine. You got a point A to point B. There you go. Little hearts and harps, dabs and pounds for the Iona Esports squad. Love to see it, dude. Love to see it. Marist will have priority since they won this last map. Not Temple of Anubis, of course. The map before then, that was Eichenwald here. Right. That was a decently faster one. Didn't even quite get out of that first point right here. But it's gonna be Iona. Gonna be Marist College picking map for the 4th. And again, guys, just in case you are newer to Overwatch, whatever else like that, this was a draw in the previous. What that means, of course, is within an Overwatch, we do not play best ofs, we play first 2s because the draws are possible. That draw yielded both teams 0 points. So they just played some Overwatch, they played the 2CP, but neither team got any match points for that. We are still looking at a 2-0 lead for Marist.
So you say it yielded no points for either team, but I think the more important thing is that it yielded a massive amount of momentum for Iona. Obviously, came back to be able to tie that there for Anubis, and they had their backs up against the wall. Marist was at match point. looking to try and take this win, close it out here on Anubis. And Iona really went ahead and brought the fire back and stood their ground. This is exactly what you said you wanted to see from them, holding their line. We're not asking people to just shut down at the first point defensively and play 100% perfect, right? That's where, I mean, that's not even realistic. But these players have been doing fantastic, and I'm really excited to see where we go for our next map. And you know, if that's going to
Kings Row.
Oh, is that what we saw here?
I think I saw Kings Row on the players' screens right there. Oh. Crowd favorite. There would be no surprise whatsoever right there. I mean, I love Kings Row. You love Kings Row. Love casting, love playing on it. Obviously, these players like playing on it. It is one of the more well-rounded and least controversial maps within the game, I believe.
There's a lot of cover fire, and it looks like we're getting a preview of Rialto instead.
Rialto.
All right.
I do love Rialto.
I think this could be, I mean, this doesn't surprise me too much from Marist because they have some sharp shooters, okay? Cloud is subbing back in for Emerald, but in general, just absolutely just deadly coming up, and that is a long sightline opening from the initial spawn for the aggressors.
Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. I gotta say, you know, I can Walt, Waffles, we have a little bit of boop capabilities. Obviously, there's nothing Temple of Anubis-wise. Oasis, it's got the capabilities there. I think we actually did technically see a single boop, but really not something that the maps are known for, right? Rialto,
2 bridges
point
here.
1, this bridge, yes.
And the first bridge.
The first one really is more so, I mean, main bridge is what I'm saying, like where payload needs to come across from. That more so than the side bridge. The side bridge is more for surprises, like surprise boops and whatnot. The main bridge is more for coordinated coordinated attacks when it comes to those environmental kills, aka Taze on the Arista in those points.
Yeah. And then, I mean, yeah, there's this other main bridge here right out of spawn, right? There's 2 bridges that the payload has to move over, and well, those are 2 drop zones, and we see that there's the Aristas online as well, right? Going to be opportunities for people to get pulled off to the side. Calamity set up on this Bastion, so a bit of a pirate ship that we are seeing roll out here on the Rialto map. And
I'm not surprised.
Oh my gosh, so much damage coming through. I talked about this damage on the Bastion earlier that we saw from Marist, and instead Iona has gone ahead and pulled it out themselves.
Not surprised. Not surprised. That's definitely why they wanted to play first on here. This is not the first time the pirate ship has been played, and this is a classic. You know, not 1 but 2 shields up top. Sky might. I mean, the classic would be like 476 capabilities. Doesn't matter. Sky's been playing a fantastic Junkrat so far, and all shall fall. Dude, this is. Oh my God, this is just playing.
Wow. Yeah, but it's Marist. Marist came through, was able to encircle Iona, get around the shields, put the damage down, and once Calamity was dethroned, they just went ahead and retook the payload.
There you go. Thank you. I was carrying myself a little bit too much there, guys. Iona College now dropped a lot of ultimates on this previous to try and keep that dream alive. Not gonna matter. A Bob on board. We might see a little 7 on the stick action here for a little bit, as Cloud will send that one out here soon. Main support deleted. Not a great way to start this one for Marist.
And there's a Bob thrown from Marist on top of it, so it's gonna feel like you're playing more of a 7-on-6, pushing into this fight with Iona. Gonna have to reset, and well, thankfully they do have Amplification Matrix coming up online to engage with.
Yeah, and again, that combination of those ultimates, I said it earlier, Iona seems to be more of that solo play. Krev putting out these amplification matrices and whatnot. Obviously, everybody's going to be answering to these, but if I think about the biggest ultimates for Iona, those have been your Tires, those have been your Calamity, Blizzards. These are very, very solo ultimates, and everybody else either once it's there, then they can try and come forth and get something going of their own. OUM with Transcendence out first, and just like that, Krev and Najin down. Iona's College's push is over.
Well, did a really good job at popping that trance to, number 1, keep himself alive, and also enable more aggression from his team to be able to just capitalize on those players on Iona. They were a little bit sectioned out here at the front and, well, couldn't quite pop the ultimates they wanted to engage. Now there are a lot more online and, well, there's win conditions for both teams, so it's going to be about who can really gain that advantage, and Marist just put in the work putting so much damage before Iona can even walk up towards the payload, and holy cow, it is a tough battle for Iona here with Marist just hard bunkered on the high ground and with Supercharger online.
Yeah, look at this. And again, I'm not saying that the Diva for Iona is a bad pick, but when this is Amex and called out in the end consistently, that was like 3 times in a row there for the Temple of Anubis, like the very, very end of that first Amex, and that ate into time. These are simply engagements that you can't allow have happen. Fighting a 5-6 with no Diva, are you serious? These are not ideal situations, and never a time that Iona is going to come forth and take advantage from. You know, there's no such thing as like a reinforcement late that's going to help like that, you know?
Right. And, you know, Iona here moving around the side to really try and push Marist off the top. The Blizzard is going to clear a lot of area and slow people up, but a couple kills all coming through here for Iona. They know they need to try and move this payload, but time is running out and they are running out of players. The self-destruct on the payload is going to clear them for a moment. Basement gets kicked or gets clipped there in the back in the process, but it is still Iona here with a couple men down. They do have a bit of a spawn advantage, but the OT bar has triggered. Marist wants to hold this defensive line as much as they can, and with the removal of Calamity there at the end, it is going to look like Marist holding strong and gonna stop this payload before the first checkpoint.
Yeah, so Majid gets a little barrier action there at the end. Minor bit of like Lucio tech, right? If instead he had taken this off the top and then jumped from, you know, ran up the right side of this, then jumped off of corner to actually go forth, he could have been able to get the horizontal boost in speed as well as the quick up to down with that sound barrier. Now, this is one player fighting 1-6. This is not something that he was going to be able to go forth and kill 6 players.
Woo!
But, again, some minor tech that you guys can take with you. Hey, there you go. We are getting absolutely amped in the Showboat Hotel in picturesque Atlantic City Boardwalk. Love to see it, guys. Love to see it.
Well, we are here on Grand Finals Day, and it's not just Overwatch Grand Finals, it is Grand Finals of, we saw Super Smash earlier, we got League of Legends later. It is all day here at this channel, and I gotta say, I am so thrilled to see the variety of games coming through. It's not always often you see multiple games from different orgs. Sometimes they just specialize, and everyone's really getting their chance to shine here.
100% the agree on that one. They're being sneaky, Waffles. They're being secretive and quiet. Nobody can tell that they're there.
They did this last time. Which was really successful on Anubis too, right? Really fast aggression right out of the gate. Pretty much just stomped on Marist before they had a chance to take a breath outside of the spawn door. This time though, there's a lot more space to work with, and nice spin comes across. Oblivion's pins are insane. I do not ever make that many pins, and man, they are continuing to try and push forward. Marist though knows what the name of the game is. They just keep pushing this payload, and Iona's defense crumbled in the back, and now they have got to regroup fast to hold this last defensive line.
That's the only big issue with coming in from the smaller bridge area. That happens right there. You get a wall up between the two of you, the aka Taze's projected barrier, then you've just purchased yourself a lot of free yardage. And that is space and time that Iona cannot give up. We are looking about 18-20 meters away as this payload is barely going to interrupt whatsoever. Just like that. MAAC dedicating life to stop this one for a few seconds, but 3 minutes is a long time here, Waffles.
It is a long time, and Calamity has gone down early in this fight. Really nice job coming through from the bloodthirsty support line of Marist. They're continuing to try and keep their team in this fight, and a pull spot is going to take 2! Oh, that is crippling for Iona as Basement continues to just pop off one after another, hitting those headshots there on the baby Diva, and that is going to be Marist just doing a great performance and taking this map of Rialto. And welcome to our grand finals of Marist College.
There you go. Your MAAC champions here.
Woo!
Coming on in to Atlantic City, getting it done. That is Cloud, that is Facebook, that is Taya's Trader,
Yeah!
OUM, Vocal Emerald, everybody here. And there's the fan club. Love to see it, fellas. Love to see it. Fellas, ladies, everybody in between, our non-binary folk, everybody here.
All the peeps.
Red Foxes on top. Everybody is happy for that
and
one.
look at those smiles on those players' faces. They are so thrilled and excited to be the champions there at the Showboat Hotel. I bet you the energy is just off the hooks for them, and I am so excited for them.
Oh yeah. Showing off in the Showboat Hotel, some fantastic stuff. Hey, sportsmanship as well. Love to see it. You know, maybe you do play a lot of Sigma there, traders and Tays, but hey, at least you got the sportsman like conduct coming on in to this one. And I joke, of course. I guess I would poke fingers at the May players before the Sigmas and whatnot. But hey, undying glory and honor coming on through here for your Marist University Red Foxes. That is what they have gotten here. And first, Iona College not going to be going home tail between their legs here, Waffles. Still a fantastic effort and great job getting on in to the second place and and still pushing Marist to extra maps as well. They did not take any points, but they did not give up 3 maps in a row.
They definitely gave Marist a moment of a stutter on Anubis. And, both of these teams are actually going to be at the Overwatch EGF National Championships.
Oh, yes.
So there could be an opportunity to see them face off again down the road and see if history does or doesn't repeat itself. But today it is going to be Marist walking away victorious as our Spring Grand Finals champions.
Sorry. Oh yes, again, undying glory and more going on in for the first place. But that is going to be about it here for the MAAC Championships at the picturesque Showboat Hotel in Atlantic City. This has been Overwatch. Got plenty more esports action coming at you, folks. Tomorrow will mostly be used for travel days for these collegiate teams, but today ain't done yet. I'm FBI Tugboat. Has been casting with Waffles over here. I've had a fantastic time. Big shout out to Marist. They got to flex a couple of their players. Big shout out to Emerald and Vocal coming on in here. Not sure if they're formal starters. Not sure if they're formal bench players. Doesn't matter. They still got a lot done on in here. Anything else before we tell the good people do? And thank you for watching, Waffles. Anything else?
Once again, thank you all for joining us. Tugboat, so good to work with you. And I want to give huge props to the production team there and behind the scenes. They're the ones bringing the real magic and couldn't have done it without them. So, folks, thanks for joining us and enjoy those League of Legends finals coming up.